So the intention for this video is to try and not get too many knobs in it in the background. I got a couple of comments on the last one, and yeah, I thought it said, "Oh, you do know there's a guy like getting changed in the background." Yeah, so apologies for that one. Knob watch, as I've called it. I think that feature's going to have to be shelved. It wasn't as too successful actually. Old knob watch. We might bring it back. If it popular demand might bring it back, but yeah, I've taken knob watch is gone now for now, just for now. A couple of things before we get into the video is great to see Gonzo back. He's back recording now for Hammer's Chat Forum. He's just done a video earlier today, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's yeah, great to see him back doing what he does, and you know, West Ham community is certainly not the same when he's not about. So yeah, it's really good to see him back and looking well and doing well. So yeah, it's brilliant. Really good news. Yeah, good, interesting day yesterday. Actually, I thought it was. I feel like with what's happened, although it's been not nice event and quite a toxic environment in terms of the fan base and not everyone, not to everybody, but at the moment everyone's very frustrated fan base, isn't it, at the moment, West Ham, and I certainly feel it. You know, the way things are being run at our football club, it's not great. But what I felt has come out of that is a bit of like a reminder of how good West Ham fans can be. Do you know what I mean? And a bit of a community feel to it. And I think, you know, coming together, even Nick Clatton Bruce dropped me a message yesterday, nice comment on the video, and it's just nice, you know what I mean? It's a bit of togetherness from everyone. It's great. So yeah, although it's not been a great thing that's gone on there, I feel like actually what comes out of it sometimes is actually quite a positive that's come out of it. So, and I hope that continues. Also, before I get into it, new to the channel, do subscribe. Free to do so, it takes 2 seconds, and yeah, we do really appreciate it. Also, hit that like button, because that's what drives us up and gets the algorithm on YouTube to get other fans on board, and yeah, really do appreciate you doing so. Right, I've got some really exciting news. West Ham are making a signing. Well, not quite a sign-in as such. I think this is going to be a video. I can kind of already guess a lot of the comments I'm going to get out of this video, and basically it's going to be, don't care, why isn't it a player? I do get it, like, you know what I mean? I want to be excited about sign-ins and seeing bringing players through the door. We haven't really got that at the moment, but I'll tell you what, actually, before I do come into details of this, I want to just bring something up that's sort of come to light recently for me. Is back in 2020, It was the end of the season. It's the season where we had Pellegrini in, and then they brought David Moyes back in. It's when David Moyes came back in for his second stint. And I remember and I'll tell you what game I'm referring to. I remember the Norwich away game. We won 4-0 when Antonio scored all 4 goals. And at the end of that game, I think it might have been, if I remember correctly, that was the game that secured our safety. It was a really crap season. It was really similar to last season. It was one of those seasons where we had so much promise, a new manager, new players. It was supposed to be a really positive season, and it was really crap. We could have gone down. It was depressing. The football was rubbish. It had very, very similar feel to how the last season panned out. David Moyes came back in. We survived, and that was a positive, of course. But the mood was not good. And the reason I bring that up as well, because I remember on social media, I think it was Twitter. It must have been Twitter at the time. As a Tottenham fan messaged me or commented on one of my posts or whatever and said, "Oh yeah, you're shit and you're going down next season, right? And come on, you Spurs," or something like that, right? And anyway, the following season, and that summer, I remember going into the summer transfer window, it was much like this. Everyone was really down, really fed up, not really looking forward to the next season. It was just a bad time. It just wasn't a good time being a West Ham fan. Everyone was very down. And I remember the feeling was very much a case of, we're going to struggle next season. Moyes is shit. We ain't going to do well. It wasn't a good feeling. Anyway, that season, after that, we ended up finishing 6th. We had a really, really good campaign. That was the Jesse Lingard year. It was just brilliant. We were very, very good that season. One of the best I've remember, in memory in terms of our Premier League. But actually, I think it was our second best, wasn't it? First best. I think best in the Premier League we've done is 5th under Redknapp. So it was the second best we've done, and it was under Moyes. My point is that earlier today, a Spurs fan messaged and said the same thing. You're going down next season, and come on, you Spurs. It just, do you know what? I don't want to. I'm not one of those. I'm not too superstitious, but I've held out. I still hold out hope for next season. I still do. I know a lot of people are very down at the moment, very bleak, and I know people are going to call me deluded. I know I'm going to get all that. That just happens. That's what's going to happen. I know that. So I'm bracing myself for that. So I'm not bothered, really, to be honest. I don't care. I still hold out hope. And it's just, all I'm trying to say is, like, even when you think things are really bad, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be that bad. Because, as I say, I remember, myself included, at that time thinking we are going to really struggle next season. And we had to end up being brilliant. So I really hope that the omens are sort of, stars are aligning and it might happen again. You never know. I'm certainly not one of these people that think we're getting relegated next season. I'm writing it off. I don't. I still hold a hope, but I am frustrated. I do share it. Now, on to the news. We've had exclusive from ExWHUEmployee. It's really hot off the press, this. It came out very, very short time ago. That West Ham have appointed a head of psychologist, James Bell. James Bell, he worked for Graham Potter at Brighton, and West Ham have appointed him, and he's brought in to bring in and basically improve the club's winning mentality. Feels like that it's clearly evident there's a real problem with that. It's actually something that came up last season, if you remember. Nicholas Fulkrug mentioned it. He's sort of quite outspoken, wasn't he, and said that the mentality of this club just isn't right. And it's understood that Potter feels the same. There's a real problem within the squad, that there's just the mentality isn't quite there. They brought in apparently he's top. In top of his field, everything like that. He's highly rated, and he's coming to the club. He's already joined. He's already part of the club now, so he'll be part of the Potter team next season. I'm not going to sit here popping champagne, jumping for joy over this, but I think what it does show is that the club are backing Potter. They obviously see a future with him. They wouldn't be making all these appointments if they were thinking, we don't think he's going to be in for too long. I think that they do feel that they want to stand by him, and so they should. If you're going to give the guy the job and want to back him, then back him. Obviously now we want to see the backing in terms of the transfers, don't we? And I hope that's going to be the case. I'm not panicking as much. I know some people are. I'm not panicking. I'm just a bit frustrated. I'm fed. I know one thing that's frustrating me more than anything is the club. This stupid message of poverty, and that is the bit that's doing my bloody head in. But that aside, I still feel that I like the players we're targeting. I like the fact that we are doing these sort of appointments by building our background team and trying to support Potter. I think that's the right thing to do. I think it's just a case now we just see things happen. X providing his update from a top source. I think we know who that is. Basically, Sullivan, and basically said why, where are we in transfers and what's going on, selling players. He just said that it's just a slow market at the moment. That's all it is. They are trying to get business done, but it's just a bit of a slow market. They are trying to get things going, though. So I'm trying to be a little bit patient. I'm not going to try and throw my toys out yet. And we've been here before, West Ham. We typically do things late anyway. I know over a couple of years when we've had other people in charge, we've had moved a little bit quicker. But if you look at a lot of other clubs, I think if you actually look at a lot of other fan channels, things like that, which I don't do a lot of, but if you do, look, a lot of clubs feel the same. It's not as if we're the only club that's sitting still. It's like a lot of clubs are saying, well, we're not really doing a lot. So I don't think it's time to be panicking or anything like that. But I'm with regards to this appointment of James Bell, I think it's a sign that they're backing Potter, and I think that's the right thing to be doing. On top of that as well, we're hiring a new scout, and their remit is to be in the Italian market. They're also going to be overseeing the sale of players as well, and they're coming to the club, and apparently they're going to have quite a strong say and helping hand in dealing with Max Cornet's sale, and of course possibly an eye for Gerd as well. It's likely to be going to, Juventus are supposed to be the front runners at the moment. Roma have also showed their hand. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. It's the latest update at the moment. I don't think there's a great deal of transfer stuff quickly to go through. I'm not going to sit reeling off every player we link with. It's not much point to that. I'm hoping tomorrow have a little bit more, but wait and see. Look, have a good one. Take care, and speak soon. Come on your irons.